Be Frankie.
Thank you for speaking with me. I greatly appreciate it. For fans who don't know you, especially in like the United States and stuff, because KSW is not as popular over here. How did you first get involved into fighting? You've been around for a long time, but what made you want to start fighting?
In the past, it was I think 20 years ago. I started with kickboxing. One friend of mine took me with him, and then I go away from kickboxing and started to. My friend for me trains free fight. It's past no MMA. It's a free fight. You make free fight taekwondo. It depends. Taekwondo with luta libre because we have a master Daniel Dan. He bring from Brazil luta libre to Germany. So I started in 2000 MMA. Like in that part, it was free fight.
So, what made you want to stop doing kickboxing? You just wanted to try something that I don't want to say harder, but something different.
No, I stopped kickboxing because I trained with a Korean guy, and 1 year I trained there, and the 1 year the whole training it was all the same, so it was boring for me, not because of kickboxing was boring, but the 1 year I trained every time the same on training,
Oh, that makes sense.
It was boring for me, so I stopped, and then I tried to go to MMA. But I also in my career training kickboxing with also good kickboxing guys, especially when I train in Holland,
Right, Holland's got some really good kickboxers. What was it like the first day you were doing? I guess you call it free fighting and stuff. Did you run into any jiu-jitsu or wrestler guys?
No, I was in the beginning. It was new for me, luta libre. Luta libre is the same like jiu-jitsu, but jiu-jitsu is with gi. And we learned here in Germany, Düsseldorf, especially Düsseldorf, more luta libre because our master Daniel Dan bring 1995 luta libre to Germany because he make music here and shows the guys luta libre. And it was I find it very very cool because. You can learn how you win a guy with submissions, with leg locks, with chokes, and it was very very new for me, and so I started to train it,
Right, and I mean you've turned out. It's been, you said 20 years. You've had a really good career. Outside of fighting, what kind of hobbies do you have? Are you a beer guy? You like music? What?
Now I'm not so active. I have a family. I have a child. But before I was go out with my friends, go dancing on clubs. But before MMA, I also play football. I hang up with my guys. I'm a normal guy, play football and this stuff like I think everybody makes.
Are you a good dancer?
Sometimes I think I can go. Sometimes yes, sometimes not. It depends how which day or where I am with who.
And how much beer, huh?
Yeah, and also sometimes when I drink, how much beer? Yes.
I have a friend who was stationed in Germany. I forget where, in the U.S. military, and he was stationed around Oktoberfest. And he went and he was like, Blaine, I don't remember the entire month. Those guys, they do it different over there. So I've always liked to go and see what that's about. So let's talk about the fight a little bit here. Your opponent, you have a lot more experience than him. Do you feel like that's going to play a big factor into your fight coming up?
I think yes, because now I will be more focused. I will be more not so. I will take it with. I will take it not so fast. So I think not so strange like him. But this is MMA. This is you have experience. I have a lot of wars in the past, and this MMA. This guy is a strong guy. He came from Olympic, gold. He won Olympic Games, gold medallion in he weightlifting. So he will be strong. He have a good team in Poland. In Poland is very popular, and he's fresh. I think he trained only 4-5 years. And a fight is a fight. But I think with my experience, I can see more things to finish the guy.
Yeah, and the powerlifting is going to be an interesting aspect. KSW has done a good job of finding those powerlifting guys that actually want to fight, and making them, building them up well. Do you feel that weightlifting is going to play to your advantage instead, since he's, so big, he's so strong and stuff, but that's a short burst type sport. It's not a long type sport like you're used to. You're used to going 3 to 5 rounds. Do you feel like that'll be an advantage for you?
I think so. The first round it will be dangerous, but I think the second, the third round, especially when it comes to the third round, because this guy don't fight a lot of fights who goes over the third round. I think one, and I make good pressure. I have good boxing. I'm a very very fast guy. I don't in light heavyweight. I don't cut a lot of kilograms, and the power of weightlifting is different to the power of MMA. When you wrestle, when you punch, the condition is different, and I think I will try to do the fight with my good boxing skills and also with a fast on the legs, and this and with my experience in this I see a lot of chance to not to win this fight, to win this fight before end of the fight. Not to go to the decision. I'm looking like every time for knockout or for submission.
Yeah, and I think you touched on something there. Weightlifting is different from MMA. I do a lot of distance running, 10 miles and stuff at a time. And I remember my first day of jujitsu class, I'm like, man, I'm in good shape. I can go with these guys all day. Uh-uh. Mm-mm. Not even close. I mean, I think the second roll I was done. I was like, bro, what's going? It's different when there's a man on top of you trying to make you do something you don't want to do. It makes it a different sport.
Yeah, yeah. Especially when you have also experience at the grappling. You know the timing when you have to do power, or you have the timing when you have to only do the technique. I think this guy will lose a lot of power in his skills at the beginning of the fight. And there, I think there's my experience to be cool, to waiting the moment, and then I have the chance to attack him.
Right, right. So let's talk about KSW a little bit. You've been fighting for a little while. I really like the product they're putting out and stuff. They're putting on some really good fights. What has your experience been with KSW as a promotion on the business side of things?
For me, KSW is the biggest organization here in Europe for shows. They make very good shows, very, very big shows. Especially, I remember the old Pride days. It's
Hmm.
similar to Pride, and it's nice to be a part of KSW. I see how they grow up since my first fight I make 2006 there, and now I see now we are in pandemic, no public. But before, when I fight Thiago Silva, it's a big crowd, a lot of people. It's very very popular in Poland, and I think it's very 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 good for me there to fight, and also they are good for the fighters. They manage all good for the fighters, and I'm very proud to be a part of KSW.
Yeah, it's a good promotion. Last question before I let you go, man. You got in light heavyweight in the UFC, you got Jan Blachowicz, who's fantastic, and he's fighting Israel Adesanya, the middleweight champion. Do you think your fellow Europe guy gets it done, or do you think Israel comes in and takes his second belt?
No, I cheer for Jan because I fight him, I lose to him only decision, and I see in progress. I see his progress in the UFC. In the beginning, he had problems. Now he came with a big progress. It will be a hard fight because Israel is unbeaten. He's very, very good in stand up. He had very good movement. Uh, but I'm cheering for Jan. I hope he will win, and we will see. I think Jan will tap him.
Yeah, I think it could be a very, very close fight. Same. Um, so I appreciate you speaking with me. Where can everybody find you on social media?
Me, I have. I'm only Facebook. My name Martin Zawada. It's normal name, but on Instagram I have my account is King Kong Zawada at web.de, and and there you can find me.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to your fight. Martin, I'll be pulling for you, man. It's going to be an awesome fight. Have a good one, my brother.
Thank you, my friend. God bless,
Later.
and Stay safe. Ciao.